Hey everyone, welcome back. We have an interesting video for you today. We're making some bone broth. Keep watching. All right guys, so let's go through the ingredients. We have some bones here. So what is bone broth? It's basically broth from bones. We have some beef marrow bones here, or marrow bones. So what we're gonna do first is we're gonna roast them for extra flavor. As you can see, it's actually still frozen, and we got these marrow bones or femur bones from our local butcher. So we definitely recommend always to shop local if possible. So the ingredients are, of course, the bones. We have some herbs and seasonings. You can use fresh herbs if you have. We have some apple cider vinegar, and the veggies that will give it more flavor are carrots, some celery, and some chopped up onions. And that's about it, guys. The first step is to roast the bones. We have about a pound, maybe pound and a half of marrow bones here. So we have our oven ready at 450 degrees. We're gonna roast them for about 10 minutes, and then we'll get started on making the broth. So the reason we're roasting is because it adds more flavor to the actual bone broth. So there it goes in for 10 minutes, and then we'll continue with the recipe. It's been about 10 minutes. We're gonna take our bones out. Ooh, look at that. It has roasted, it has roasted just perfectly. Quick fact, you can actually have the marrow just like this if you just put some good quality olive oil or avocado oil and just some sea salt. It's delicious. But we'll be using these bones for a bone broth. All right guys, so this step is very easy. We're just gonna combine and put everything together in this Instant Pot container. We actually forgot to tell you guys at the beginning of this video, you will need an Instant Pot for this just because it's easier to make, and your house is not gonna smell like a barn after you make this recipe. So, all right, the bones go in first. Be careful since they're still hot. I probably should have used a glove, but too late. So there goes in the marrow bones. Then we're gonna add our veggies. So some roughly chopped up onions, some carrots, and also some celery. So when it comes to herbs and spices, we were lucky to find this in our local Wegmans. So this is basically just Italian herbs and seasoning. We're gonna add about a tablespoon of this, and then some ginger. Of course, like I said earlier, you can add fresh herb and seasoning. Or you can just do the salt and pepper if you just want to be basic. And one bay leaf, or that was like a small bay leaf. We'll do 2 bay leaves. And last but not least, some apple cider vinegar. So apple cider vinegar has many benefits to it. One of the reasons we actually add this is because it extracts more nutrients, vitamins from the actual marrow bones. So now we're just gonna add water. So the way we do this is every pot should have a max line on this. So this is where you have in an Instant Pot. So we're gonna add water until that line. You know what? That was perfect. All right, so we're ready to put our container in our Instant Pot. Make sure it's nice and secure. So it's pretty simple. We're gonna pressure cook it for 6 hours. So there you go, guys. You heard that beep? So now it has started to cook. So as you see, it's a pretty simple recipe. It just takes time because all those flavors, the nutrients, need to come out from the bone broth. So we're gonna wait for 6 hours. We'll check back and we'll give you guys a taste review. All right, guys, so our bone broth is ready. We've been simmering and cooking it in our Instant Pot for about 6 hours. So let us show you how it looks like. Look at that color, guys. Beautiful. You see the onions, the celery, carrots, of course the bone, gelatin, all that goodness. Smells amazing, guys. Smells amazing. So a little trick before we strain the broth, what we're gonna do is we're gonna remove all the chunks, so basically the bones, onions, garlic, whatever it's in here in a plastic bag so that it doesn't come in our way and it's a cleaner process. Now we're gonna strain our broth. Nice and slow. Our bone broth is ready, almost ready. So now what we're gonna do is we're gonna put this in the fridge for a couple of hours. And the reason we do that is because the fat and the broth, they're gonna separate. We'll also put a link in the description below where we got this container. We actually just got it from Amazon and we specifically use it when we make broth. So let's just put this in the fridge. So it's actually the next day. We got busy yesterday, so we didn't get the chance to actually record and end this video. But as you can see, we have our matching mugs. So cute.
What does it say? Peace and joy?
Peace and joy.
Yes.
We definitely need more of that this year. So yes, let's try the bone broth and let you guys know how it goes.
All right. Cheers.
Cheers. It's really hot.
It's very hot.
So be careful more.
That's very tasty.
It's very light.
As bone broth should be.
As bone broth should be. It's not overpowering. Like none of the seasonings or herbs are overpowering the actual taste. It's quite simple.
Yeah. There's so much you can say on bone broth. First of all, how easy it is to make. We used our Instant Pot, which we highly recommend because it's so, what's the word?
Versatile.
It's manageable.
Manageable.
It's very efficient.
It's simple.
It's something you could leave it on like early in the morning, have your work day, and then by the end of the day it's ready, or you could leave it on overnight.
Bone broth has many benefits. Some of them are that it's very high in calcium, so it's very good for your joints and your bone health. I was just touching your jaw. It also has most of your essential vitamins and minerals. So it has vitamin A, K2, it has zinc, iron. It's very high in D3. Also, you can use bone broth as an energy source, right? Sometimes Jenny has coffee, not all the time, but sometimes. And anyone out there that's watching this video that is addicted to coffee, coffee has some benefits, but it also has a lot of anti-nutrients. You can actually replace that with bone broth and you'll see you have the energy, the focus, and all the benefits that you would get from coffee, but it's even more beneficial.
That's a great point, yeah.
Yeah. I especially like bone broth because it's really good for your digestive system and your gut. I'm big on gut health. I know we have made few videos on gut health, but it's really good for your gut. If you have like an upset stomach or a leaky gut, you can add bone broth to your diet. Or you can even try a bone broth fast where you would just have bone broth all day long and you'll see the next day you will feel so much better.
Yeah. So Kevin has talked about all the benefits of it. Let me talk about the taste because it came out tasting very delicious. Like Kevin said, it's not overbearing, it's not powerful. And I think the vegetables we used and the spices we used gave it like a perfect touch. We seasoned it with salt after, which I recommend because you want to taste it once it's done first, so you can, put salt in it to your taste because everybody likes different salt flavor or salt levels, I should say. Like Kevin likes a little bit saltier than I do, but I think this is perfect the way we made it. It's actually one of the best bone broths that we have made together. So.
And you can do so much with it, right? You can cook with it. You can just sip on it. You can add it to like soups.
Yeah.
You can have like chicken soup or something like that. So you can really use it for so many purposes.
Oh, and fun fact, bone broth is good for dogs.
Oh, yeah, and it's good for dogs. Odie actually has bone broth from time to time. Oh, before we forget, to make this superfood even more super, you can actually add grass-fed collagen to it. We actually just add like what scoop of collagen. Collagen is really good for your nails, your skin, as well as your gut health.
And it's flavorless.
And it's flavorless. It's unflavored. You can add to it, and it's amazing.
Yeah.
If you found this video helpful, please hit that like button. And if you're new here, consider subscribing so we can continue to grow our small YouTube channel. The recipe to the bone broth will be in the description below. Also the links to our social media. So please follow us. Leave your comments in the comment section below. And until next time, be well and stay safe. Peace. How is it?